Good morning. Today we're learning English on a day off in Australia. That means I don't have work. So you will join me on my weekend routine while I clean my apartment, buy some groceries, enjoy my hobbies, and more. The goal of this video is to train your ears to listen to natural Australian English. Try to listen the first time without subtitles. But if you need some help, just enable CC. I'll also put key English vocabulary at the top with a word count. See how many new words you can learn. But first, I'm a little hungry, so let's eat breakfast. In Australia, there are a lot of different kinds of food that we eat for breakfast. Personally, I like eating Wheat Bix. These are a breakfast cereal that I ate growing up. It's a very Australian thing. It's actually known as a kind of boring breakfast because it's so simple. Let me show you. So what are Wheat Bix? Well, it's a fun way to spell wheat because they are literally small, I guess, kind of little bricks of wheat. Like I said, kind of boring. Gonna put 2 Wheat Bix into a bowl. And of course, I'm not eating them dry. I'm going to get some milk from my fridge. Okay, milk. Okay, I'm going to open the milk bottle and pour some milk over the Wheat Bix. About that much should do. Some people do like to add fruit or some extra sugar or some yogurt, so you can make it fancier if you want, but I like it plain. At first, they're very crunchy, but because of the milk, soon they will become soggy. They will become soggy and mushy. I like my Wheat Bix when they are soggy, so I mix it into the milk, and now I have some soggy Wheat Bix. As a way to start the day, it's good to get some energy and some fiber. And because I grew up eating Wheat Bix, I ate Wheat Bix since I was young. I'm very used to eating them. It's very comfortable for me to eat Wheat Bix for breakfast. In Australia, different people eat different things. Some people might eat toast for breakfast. Some people might have fruit. So it depends on the person, but Wheat Bix is very typical in Australia. Okay, that was a good breakfast, but I want to do some chores now before I go out for lunch. To get them out of the way, I want to do some chores. Luckily, I don't have many chores to do. All I need to do is clean my lounge room by vacuuming the rug and wiping or cleaning my coffee table. So this is it, not much. Just need to vacuum the rug and wipe the table, and then I'm good to go. Easy. Let me start by clearing the table. I'm gonna move everything off the table. I'm clearing the table so that I can wipe it. The table is clear. Now I'm going to get a cloth and clean the table. It's pretty dirty. Damn. Okay, I definitely need to clean this right now. To clean the table, I just need some cleaning spray and I'm using some paper towels today, just some paper towels, and I will recycle those when finished. Okay, let me spray the table first. Spray the table. I'm spraying the table. And now I will wipe the table. I will wipe the table. Okay, I'm wiping the table. Table's clean. just need to vacuum the rug and we're done. This is my vacuum cleaner, my vacuum or my Dyson, and I will just vacuum up and down the rug. I will vacuum up and down the rug. That's it, cleaning done. Okay, honestly, there is a lot more cleaning that I need to do in my apartment, but I won't make you watch me clean my whole place. I recently found out from a friend that they were very surprised that I lived in an apartment. They didn't know that in Australia, many people live in apartments. They thought that in Australia, because it's so big, that everyone lives in a big house. But that's not true, especially in the city. Let me know in the comments, do you live in an apartment or a house or something else? I just got back home from a short walk that I went on to both get some lunch and buy some groceries to cook dinner with later tonight. Lunch wasn't anything too special. I just went to a mall and had a small rice bowl, a Japanese style rice bowl from a place called Ozeki. It's cheap, it's quick. I just got some chicken katsu. It had some salad, some egg, and of course some rice. After eating, it was time to get some groceries. Walked past this butcher and thought it was funny that they were selling some kangaroo tail. Actually, I don't eat kangaroo very often. Some people in Australia do. It's a very lean meat. It's very lean. There's not much fat, so it can be quite a healthy meat to eat. After that, I went to Aldi to find something to cook for dinner. Not just for tonight, but for the next few nights. So I had a look at some of the meat that was for sale. I always do this thing where I don't prepare a shopping list. So I get confused thinking, what should I buy? What should I eat this week? It's a really bad habit. I have a really bad habit where I don't prepare a shopping list and then I confuse myself. So in the future, I need to remember to write a shopping list. But I did get something nice for dinner tonight. I picked up these frozen lamb shanks. I know frozen meals might not sound delicious, but these ones are really good. This one is in a red wine sauce, so it goes perfectly with some pasta. So I also bought some pasta, some linguine. Later on, I will cook that for dinner tonight and show you how that looks. It's gonna be very quick and easy, but should come out very delicious. So I'm quite excited for my dinner. But for now, I'm home. I finished all my chores. I've bought my groceries. I have something for dinner. So I think it's time to just relax for a little bit and watch some YouTube and just take it easy and enjoy my day off. I have had quite a lazy afternoon, sometimes just relaxing in a little bit of sun coming through the window. You can see the sunlight coming across my chest here. Is just so peaceful and a good way to unwind. I think it's important to have downtime and unwind and not be too busy. I wanted to talk a little bit about my hobbies. And one of my favorite hobbies, I guess, is photography. I like to do photography and take photos. This is my camera. It's a Sony a7C II. And it can do video as well, but I mostly use it just for taking photos. I have other hobbies too, of course. I really like watching YouTube, but I also really like playing video games. So I have a PC that I use to play video games and also edit my photos. Until dinner, I'm going to spend some time editing some photos that I took on a trip to Taiwan that I went on last year. This is my computer monitor, and on my computer, on my PC, I edit my photos using a program called Lightroom. So for example, here's a photo that I took when I was in Taiwan. And before I edited it, it was very dark, very gray. And then with some editing, I can make it a lot brighter, make the colors a lot nicer. For me, editing photos is a very relaxing thing to do. I find it fun and a way to relive the memories of when I took the photo. I still have a lot to learn. It's kind of like learning a language sometimes. You just need to practice it and take a lot of photos. Just like with English, you need to speak a lot of English to get better, and you can only improve by doing it. It's the same as my photography. I want to take more photos and do more editing until I get better and my photos look better. It's about 5 p.m. right now, so I need to start cooking dinner. Now, there's not a lot I need to do for the dinner because if you remember, I bought these lamb shanks from Aldi earlier. So all I need to do is put them in the oven. However, they take about 1 hour to cook in the oven, which means they're gonna be ready after 6 p.m. And then I need to cook the pasta as well. So I'm hoping to have dinner ready by about 6:30 to 7 p.m. First step is to preheat oven to 200 degrees Celsius or 180 degrees Celsius for fan forced. I have a fan forced oven, so we will do 180 degrees. To turn the oven on, I just press this knob in, it pops out, and then I turn it to the little fan icon. It starts at 160 degrees. I need to make this 180 degrees Celsius. So I will let that heat up, and then we can put our lamb shanks into the oven. We'll put our lamb shanks in here and then into the oven. Let's open these up, open the box, and there it is. A lamb shank with tomato sauce, which is vacuum sealed in this package. I've got some scissors. I'm gonna cut this open. I cut the package open, and now I'm going to put it into the dish. I have sauce all over my hands, so I better wash my hands. It's not blood, it's sauce. There it is. Does not look very good right now. It's still frozen. So I'll put the lid on. And once the oven has finished preheating, it's only at 117 degrees. It needs to be 180. When it's at 180, we'll take the lamb shanks and put them in the oven. The lamb is almost finished baking in the oven or cooking in the oven. So that means I need to prepare the pasta. I need to start cooking the pasta. To do that, I first need to fill a pot with water, then put it on the stove and bring the water to a boil. I usually add a little bit of salt and oil. It just helps the pasta not stick together, but let's wait for that to come to a boil. So the instructions for the pasta, in this case the linguine, are to boil for 6 to 8 minutes. Drain and add sauce. I mean, it's just pasta. Everyone knows how to cook pasta. It's nothing crazy. Water is boiling. It is 100 degrees Celsius. That is boiling water. I'm going to add half of the pasta. Luckily, it's already into chunks, I guess. So I'll just put that into the pot, into the boiling water. Okay, the pasta is in the boiling water. Now I just wait 6 to 8 minutes until it's ready. Once the pasta is ready, I'm going to drain the water and mix it with the sauce from the lamb that should be ready in the oven right now. Oh yeah. Woo. Pasta is cooked. It has finished boiling. And here is the leftover sauce from the lamb. Instead of draining the water, I'm just going to use tongs to grab the pasta and put it directly into the sauce, because I want some of the water to go into the sauce. It's done. Look at that. That was so easy to make. Lamb in the oven with the sauce, boil the pasta, mix it together, and that is a delicious looking dinner. I'm so happy with how my dinner turned out. I'm gonna go now and enjoy it. But first, can you appreciate that I didn't spill anything on my t-shirt? It's clean. I don't know how. It's a miracle. Usually I will spill food and especially sauce all over my shirt, but somehow it's clean. Thank you so much for joining me on my day off, and I hope you learned some new English words. I'm curious. Leave a comment and tell me, what do you do on your day off? Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe for more English comprehensible input videos coming very soon.